Welcome everyone. On me I have the 4 most popular package managers you can download with the iOS 13 jailbreak. I have Cydia, Installer 5, Zebra and Sileo. I would like to do a full comparison between each package manager you can download on your jailbroken iPhone and iPad, and by the end of this video I will let you know the best package manager to download with the iOS 13 jailbreak. Timestamps for each category will be in the description down below, and you need to keep in mind I'll be rating each package manager in each category out of 4. Then at the end of the video I will total up the scores so that you can have a good idea on which package manager is the best. So the first one is, how easy is it to download? So we're going to start off with Cydia, and Cydia is by far the easiest because you open up Uncover Jailbreak or Checkra, and you see this button right here, the jailbreak button. You jailbreak your device and the first package manager installed by default is Cydia. This alone means that Cydia is going to get the highest points, which is 4. Next, let's move over to Installer 5. To download Installer 5, you open up Cydia, you tap on Sources, tap on Edit, Add, and you need to add a source which will be in the description. You can see right here, apptap.me/repo. Once you've done this, go right here and you see Installer, then you install Installer. Because you have to use another package manager to install Installer 5, the process isn't as easy. However, Zebra is the exact same process, because you open up Cydia, then you tap on Sources, and instead of adding the apptap repo, you need to add this repo right here, getzebra.com/repo. Then you tap on the repo and you download Zebra from here. Because Installer 5 and Zebra have virtually the exact same way to download the package managers, what this is going to come down to is how easy is the repo name to remember. So you have right here, apptap.me/repo and getzebra.com/repo. Honestly, if apptap was apptap.me, then I'd give the points to Installer 5. However, because of the weird spelling of tap, I can't give this to win. But also with Zebra, instead of having get Zebra with an E, there is no E. This means Installer 5 and Zebra are going to be joint with 3 points. Finally, how do we download Sileo? This process is so long, it would take probably a 15-minute video just to cover. iApple Pro has a great tutorial which I followed to download Sileo. His tutorial will be in the description down below. Go watch it if you think Sileo is a good enough package manager to install on your device. Because Sileo takes 1 million steps, I'm going to be giving this 1 point. Next is, how long does it take the application to load? So we're going to close out Cydia, and essentially I'm going to put side by side each application and I'll be loading it up at once. I've slowed down the clips to 0.25 times, and you can see first Installer, but then by a sliver Zebra wins over Sileo. Finally Cydia finishes. This means 4 points to Installer 5, 3 points to Zebra, 2 points to Sileo and 1 point to Cydia. Next, let's see how long it takes to reload sources. I have loaded up the exact same sources in Cydia, Installer 5, Zebra and Sileo. There is one exception with Sileo, because the Big Boss repo doesn't actually work on Sileo. In fact, Sileo uses a BTEC version of the Big Boss repo. That is the only difference. So I'm going to synchronize the process of refreshing sources and we'll see which one wins. Now this test surprised me big time, because you'd think Installer, maybe Zebra would win, but no, Sileo was actually first. Then, right after, you can see Installer 5, then Cydia, and finally Zebra is last. Scores on the doors: Cydia has a total of 7, Installer 5 with 10 points, Zebra with a total of 7 points, and Sileo with a total of 7 points. Installer 5 is starting to edge out, but I'm shocked that Cydia, Zebra and Sileo have the exact same score. Let me know which package manager you think will win in the comment section down below. Next, we're going to do a test to see how long it takes to add the source. So I'm going to synchronize each one side by side. The repo we'll be adding is the Twicked repo, and it will be in the description down below. I advise you add it, as all the new jailbreak tweaks are being moved to this repo, because PackIX is falling off because they added this illegal exclusivity contract that you were forced to sign if you wanted tweaks on the repo, and also it's ran by a bunch of crooks, so I'm not really interested. So let's add the Twicked repo on each package manager and let's see which one wins. This is so close, I've had to slow this down by 10 times. Keep that in mind. You can see it's already loaded up on installer because the Twicked repo, the logo is already shown. That means the repo has finished. Now very soon Sileo will finish, and you can see it's already done. This was probably within 1 second, installer and Sileo, so they're both extremely fast. Now we can see Zebra is adding the repo, and now it's done. And finally we have Cydia. It's going to take a very long time. The problem is with Zebra, it takes up the entire screen. You cannot use the application, you have to wait until it's done. That issue is also present technically in installer 5. However, because the repo adds so quickly, it isn't that bad, and Cydia repos just take an extremely long time. Score time! Cydia has 8 total points, installer 5 has 14 total points, Zebra has 9, Sileo has 10. So Sileo starting to edge out from Zebra and Cydia. However, installer 5 is dominating all of the other package managers. Will this change? Well, I can tell you it definitely will very soon, but that's near the end of the video, so make sure you keep on watching. Next, let's discuss the user interface for each package manager. This is more an opinion based, but I would like to know, first of all, which one is the best for discovering new tweaks and which one is easiest to use. So we look at Cydia on the home page. We can see that if we try and go to the features tab, everything, I've already made a video on this, but everything is from 2015, 2014. All of these jailbreak tweaks were made for iOS 9 and iOS 8 jailbroken devices. While some of them might be updated for iOS 13, most of them aren't. I mean, SSL patch fixed a security bug in iOS 7. Okay, Winterboard, outdated, Spring Flash. Turn on the LED flashlight with a physical button. This is for iOS 6 users. And like, there we go, show lowercase keys while typing lowercase. I think that is a iOS 6 jailbreak tweak, because in iOS 9 I think that was changed. Do not quote me on that one, I'm not quite sure. Bye Condoc, made by Soric. Yep, he left the jailbreak community. iFile, no one uses. So right away, discovering new tweaks, absolutely out the window. 1 out of 4 for Cydia. Installer 5. Here's what I love about Installer 5. It's like the App Store. And this means that you can discover new tweaks right away. Most downloaded. You can see, what are people downloading? Well, it's quite obvious. Must-have tweaks. This solves the issue of people not knowing what tweaks to download. Same with themes. Same with this extend your apps section right here. Alone, I think Installer 5 might win this, but let's see what the other ones have to offer. So, Zebra. So if we go to the home page, I mean, there's nothing here. But in the changes tab, there's stuff, because we have release, we have update, and these jailbreak tweaks seems like they aren't, you know, just bad jailbreak tweaks. They are some decent ones. Overall, it's better than Cydia, but nowhere near as good as Installer 5. So I'll give this a 2 out of 4. Finally, Sileo. And Sileo is pretty darn good. However, there's less jailbreak tweaks to discover than Installer 5. See popular packages, recent packages, and then you have the featured tab right here. Less jailbreak tweaks overall, so I'm going to be giving this one 3 out of 4. Now it's score time. Cydia is on 9 points, a measly 9 points. Installer 5, double Cydia's score with 18 points. Zebra has a respectable 11 points, and Sileo has 13 points. The next category is, how easy is it to use the application? So if we open up the Cydia, we see the homepage right here, which is Cydia, and it's quite clear that this is the home page, but then also most jailbreak tutorials are showing off this page. Sources, very self-explanatory. There's nothing else other than the sources. Changes, not the easiest to understand if you're new to jailbreaking, so you might have to deduct points from that. But this is all of the new jailbreak tweaks, and at the top it shows the tweaks that need updating. Installed, very self-explanatory. Search, very self-explanatory. Let's have a look at Installer 5. Homepage, absolutely lovely. This is by far the best one. That's why I got max points earlier. Changes, these are the new packages. However, the difference between Installer 5 and Cydia is that update to the packages, they aren't actually on this changes page. They are, in fact, here somewhere, I believe. Sections, this I still don't understand the point of. I've looked at it, and essentially it's taken all the submenus from the repos and it's put it into one. But no one's going to use that. Sorry, no one's going to use that. So, not the best. And then manage, you have install packages and sources. This is like Cydia used to be for iOS 6. Really, if I were to give it maximum points, Installer 5, install packages would have to be on one of these menus. Maybe sections, I mean, look, that could be, say, installed, couldn't it? And then sources should be there with a different icon. And the changes and sections tab should be in the manage area with sources at the top. Search, very self-explanatory. I definitely like this trending part though. We'll see how it compares to Zebra and Installer. So homepage, it's kind of a bit pointless. And we have dark mode, which isn't a true OLED dark mode. Okay, that's cool. Like, none of this really, it's like, it feels like it's unfinished. We go to sources. I really do like this. It just shows you the sources and it's very simple to use. The plus button is right here. Changes, it's kind of like, okay, you have the tweaks that are new, but like half of them are useless. I mean, what is this? How dare you? And it says, this is the description, an awesome mobile substrate tweak. I don't see the point of this changes tab. I don't know why people have it on their repos. Hide it somewhere in the corner if you really need it, but I don't want it. Then we have packages. This is very self-explanatory. And we have search. Let's go to Sileo. We have the features tab. We have the new section, which is the changes tab with a new logo on it. We also have Chimera jailbreak updates, 29th of April 2019. That's points deducted right there. Sources, very self-explanatory. Packages, self-explanatory. And search. This is going to be a very hard one to rank. So I think Cydia actually wins this one because everything is very simple. While the changes tab, this part right here, no one asked for, it actually shows you where the new updates are. So this is going to get 4 points. I think the next one will go to Zebra. While the homepage is absolutely useless, this is easier to understand. Then 2 points will be Sileo. I mean, it's just easier to understand than Installer 5, which will get 1 point. Now let's test how long it takes to download a jailbreak tweak. If you want to download your tweaks, you don't want to wait 21 years, right? So we're going to be downloading New Grid Switcher. Essentially, I'm going to download it from Cydia, then I'm going to delete it. Then I'm going to download it again on the next package manager, and I'll just essentially, I'll have them all side by side. So I'm going to do 3, 2. If you blink, you will miss this because Sileo downloads a tweak literally instantly. And so I've slowed down the other ones by 25%. You can see Installer 5 was next, then Zebra, and finally Cydia was in last place. Installer 5, Zebra and Cydia were pretty darn close next to each other. However, Sileo, I've never seen a package manager install a jailbreak tweak so quickly. The Sileo team, damn, you know, they've done an amazing job as far as tweak install times go. Final scores are in. Cydia at last place with 14 points. In third place, Zebra with 16 points. Then in second place, Sileo with 19 points, and with a victory royal flex by, Installer 5 takes the W with 22 points. In conclusion, which package manager will I be switching to? Before I used Installer 5, we all know Cydia, not the one to use because it's outdated, old user interface, takes a long time to download applications, you have to stop what you're doing for the sources to refresh, and it takes a long time. So we know that these third-party package managers existed to fix the issues with Cydia. So let's just go through each one. Overall, I believe, personally, Installer 5 is the best package manager, which is an all-rounder. Scored the most points at the end of the day. Zebra, it exists. I think it's quite poorly made, to be honest. And then Sileo. Did you see how fast it was to download jailbreak tweaks to Sileo? You tap the button and it's already done. That might tempt a lot of people to switch to Sileo. However, the process to download Sileo was a very long one. And honestly, Installer 5 does everything else better. So I think the winner is Installer 5. And that is why my video, which says stop using Cydia, start using Installer 5, I showed Installer 5 instead of Sileo, instead of Zebra, and instead of any other package manager you can think of. So there you go, that's my full comparison between Cydia, Installer 5, Zebra, and Sileo. Which package manager do you use personally, and which one will you switch to? Let me know in the comment section down below. Peace out.